Okay, let's do this nice little morning routine that I like to do to just get things stimulated. We're going to start with the foot wakers, and you want to have a wall to lean on. So uh, I like to start just standing hips distance apart and just kind of reset your shoulders and look straight ahead. Shake out your knees so you can bend a little bit, get some ease, and then have your wakers a little bit out from the wall. So I want you to literally lean on the wall. Get your shoulders back, the back of your head, and find a nice space where you're leaning and you have a softness in your knee. And you could just rest back on the wall. So it'll make your knee bend slightly. So I also want you to have that parallel foot. So I want you to flex the right foot here, line up from the heel to the ball of the foot and the toe in a straight line and reach down. The heel is centered on top of the waker. Do that on the left foot as well. Flex. Go ahead and line up the heel to the ball of foot and toe. Reach, bring that down one toe at a time. And just stand. Again, leaning on this wall. Good. Now I want you to just pick up your toes and the ball of foot and flex the foot. It's going to put pressure into the back heel. Bend your knees a little bit deeper. You can kind of go into, well, not quite a squat, but you're just going to bend and then straighten and bend. Keep your knees tracking over the toes and straighten. Let's rotate to the outside of the heel. Bend, baby squat and straighten. You're using the wall. Bend and straighten. Bring it from outside to center and then make sure you're putting a little bit of pressure on the inside. The whole heel is centered on there. Bend and straighten. I'm keeping my toes lifted. Bend and straighten. Now let's just go ahead and reach. Bring the outside ball of foot and toes, middle ball of foot and toes, big toe joint and big toe down. We're resting on the wall. We're going to look straight ahead for a second. We're going to really get those shoulder blades on the wall. Now just stand over the waker with that nice posture reset. And you can just shift a little bit side to side. And this time as you shift to the right one, I want you to just bend that knee from a straight position. You're going to feel a little bend in the hip joint here. Lift straight up. You're going to bend the knee, hip joint, knee, ankle, straighten. Come back to center. Shift to the other side. So all the weight lines up on this side. Your weight loading into the left waker. You're going to bend the knee. You're going to lift up. So as you bend the knee, there might be a little give in the front of the hip, like on the other side. Lift and feel it all up. You want to you're trying to wake up the joints for the day. Come back to center, just shift a little side to side. Okay, you can see where my waker was. It was right on my heel. Now we're going to go right in front of the heel. So it's basically that little squishy spot behind you can feel the notch of the base of your fifth metatarsal there, and then there's the thickness of the heel. There's a soft spot there. Let's line that up on the waker. And you're going to lift the big toes completely off. It's okay if your pinky toes tap, and I'm just going to lean on the wall. So I'm literally letting my knees go a little bit wider, sort of in line with the outer part of the waker. And I'm just going to lift a little bit here, bend my knees. I'm going to rock a little forward, tap that toe down. You don't have to, or you could just stay here because this is really intense in this spot in front of the heel. And if you want more movement, go ahead and lift and rock back a little bit and rock a little forward. You don't have to make it a big move, like I said, or just stand here and without the movement. Now, stand over the waker. Bend the knee. Feel the pinky toe really press into the floor and straighten. Now from here, I want you to walk it out a wee bit so you're in the outer part of the waker, staying with those knees a little wide, almost, not quite, horseback, but you're creating like an openness of the adductors and the knees. Now I want you to keep that outside connected as you mold to the center and inside edge. Now you have the whole space just in front of the heel connected to the waker. Let's go ahead and just lean back into the wall for a moment. Go ahead and bend those knees and squat down a little, just a wee bit. Pick up the toes and the ball of foot. Now, really reach and wrap and take the outside ball of foot, the middle ball of foot, inside big toe down to the floor. Pick up just the toes, drop the toes. Pick up the toes, pick up the ball of foot. Stand fully. So come out of your squat. Bend and wrap. Stand. And let's just shift side to side. So this is where you stay really grounded and rooted into the waker. And then you can just move. Your ankles are not doing the movement. Your whole body can shift and weight bear side to side, right? So you have that spring action in your ankles. Now let's do the middle between. So that was this part. You can see our little bumps are now growing down. We're going to put the waker right in the middle. But first, we want to get that outside anti-padding and get the side tucked under here by using this outer nubs. Slide down like this, like you're karate chopping the outside of the foot into the nubs of the waker. The heel drops back, the ball of the foot's forward. That's center. Okay, we're going to do this 1 foot at a time because this one's intense. I like to rock back. I'm going to straighten my leg a little bit. I'm leaning on the wall. I'm just going to rock forward. This is intense enough. I rock back, I rock forward. I rock back, I rock forward. Especially for those with stiff feet when you wake up in the morning, really super important that you do this. It's going to set you up. Rock, get some flexibility. Don't let those tendons take over and calcify. You got to keep those feet moving and supporting you. Rock forward, rock backwards. Now let's go ahead and do the other one. If you want to bring this down, you can. So you're going to get the outside edge on there. Really tuck any padding. Try to reverse that, get that straight line. So you got that heel to the ball of foot and toe. And you're going to bend and rock a little forward, rock a little backwards. Rock a little forward, rock a little backwards. Rock a little forwards, rock a little backwards. And now let's see if we can do both. So make sure you have room to connect the center of the arch on the top of the dome. So the outer part of that outside part of your heel in line with your pinky toe and your fourth toe is going to be on the outer part of the waker. You're going to mold that center of the foot onto the waker and then drop that last little bit, which is the big toe line. It might not have as much weight. And you're just going to lift the toes. I'm on the wall still, and I'm just going to mold forward. I can lift the toes, bend my knees, and mold forward. So everything's moving. The toes lift, the ball lifts. You flex the foot back, the knees straighten, and everything in the upper body is staying quiet. I like using the wall from time to time because we have a tendency to lean when we work the feet and look at our feet. Notice how I'm looking straight ahead. I'm feeling these connections. I'm feeling the invigoration of stimulating the acupuncture points in the bottom of my foot. That's going to send energy right up my thighs, into my whole pelvis, really all the way to the brain, because some of these meridians go from the foot to the head. So, especially the gallbladder and your kidney meridian is getting, can get stimulated here really nicely. Good. Now, we're going to do the balls of the foot. So I'm going to push them out just a tiny bit so I have room, because I still want to use my wall. And you're using this top part of the dome. So get the outside ball of foot on the outer part of the waker. Now I want you to really place these joints. The toes are not on here. It's not this, okay? So get the outside ball of foot on there. Pull that heel back to the floor. Do the other one. Get the outside ball of foot. You want to see the knuckles pop. Pull the heel back to the floor. Big toe is relaxed. You're a little bit on an external rotation with the whole foot. If you're like this or you're like this, just lift those heels and find that straight line so that your ankle bones, the inner and outer ankle bone, are somewhat level. And you can just stay here. You can bend the knees. Let's do a little squat, a deeper squat. This feels good. You might have to, I'm going to push them out just a little bit more so I can squat. Slide down your wall. Make sure that these aren't slippery on your floor. I have a wood floor, but they say suction. It's not a bad idea to use a sticky mat when you do the wakers because they don't slip. And I'm just going to stay here for a little squat. Keep this open. And I'm just going to slide back up. Now I'm going to stand over that waker, and I'm just going to lift my heel and drop my heel. Tiny bit. I don't want any change in the ankle. I want you to go straight up, and I want you to go straight down. We milk this move. Don't go into a big high heel move, because what tends to happen is you can get a grip or a lock in the ankle as you're trying to lift and lower. So I'm going a little bit higher with each repetition. Good. And then I can just pedal it. I'm going to take one down, and I can take the other one down. Make it a nice move. You want to, now we can go into a little higher heel here. And then as we switch, we can use the nubs to push the padding back. Feel that? How you can almost like you're sliding down, and then you're going to change feet. Press into that and change feet. Good. And then come down. Now, I'm going to start with the 3 middle toes just for ease today. Slide your 3 middle toes, but first get the 5th joint and toe, the 4th joint and toe, 3rd, 2nd, and pull that heel back. The big toe can be light. It can be almost grazing off the surface of the floor. Left foot, get the joint connected. 4, 3, 2, pull that whole chain of muscles back, because there's a whole dedicated chain of muscles that go to the 4 toes, and an entirely dedicated chain of muscle that connects with the big toe. So that's why I like doing it like this. We're going to press and lift up and pull back. Again, you don't have to go very high to be effective. The most important thing is that the back of those toes are pressing. You can just press the toes and press the toes and press the toes. You don't even have to lift and lower, or you can do one at a time. Lift real easy. But again, the important thing is to keep the ball of the foot on the floor, because this is a toe stretch. Okay, we're trying to bend those toes in the position that they don't often get bent. Okay, now let's take it, walk our feet closer to each other, slide the 5th toe and 4th toe down, get that outside ball of foot down on the floor. Now let's just stimulate that pinky toe and 4th toe. Press those toes, press those toes. Let's just lift one at a time. So important to keep everything aligned and pull back. Press, lift, aligned and pull back. Press, lift, press, lift. Good. Then let's do big toe, second toe. I'm going to move them in a bit. Big toe, second toe. But even though we're doing big toe, anchor with the 5th joint, 4th joint, 3rd joint, 2nd joint. Big toe gets to shine now, and pull that inside heel back. Stand over the waker. Stand straight ahead. Let's stand here for 3 big breaths. I want you to look straight ahead. Big full breath. Imagine drawing energy from your feet all the way up into your whole spine and head. Bend the knees and soften. Go into a little bit of just a little bit of like a little chair pose here, a little tiny baby squat, and stand. I'm keeping the heels down, nothing's moving. See if you can feel light in your feet and move in this stretch and lift. Okay, easy. Add some Tai Chi movements in there if you know how. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now, let's just go ahead and press and lift. When you press and lift the right heel up, make sure that the whole ball of the foot is anchored to the floor, and then pull back. Lift the other foot. The whole ball's anchored to the floor, knees tracking over the toes. Nice, everyone. Press and lift, and lift, and lift. And it may be enough. You want to try one together. It's a little more intense, and that's where things tend to go awry. So only come up with both if you've mastered the other ones first. And that's it. That's like a quick way to stimulate your feet. Okay, so now I'm just going to adjust my camera. I'm going to use a a silver ball, but you can certainly use a gold ball or pearl ball for this if you wish. Just get a little in that way. There. All right, so ball of choice. I'm using a silver, and I'm going to just get halfway down the mat, shake it out, roll over, put the ball into my sit bone. Get nice and tall. So all that energy and the ankles should feel a little bit looser. There should be a real ease in the flexing of your foot, connecting all the way to the sit bone now. Let me just do a little adjustment there and a little adjustment here. Sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah. Sink in. Draw this knee in, and we're going to bear weight. We're going to lift and lower right over this sit bone. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Circle around. Circle around in one direction. Circle around in another direction. Go ahead and extend that leg out. Pull back and take it just in front of the sit bone so the sit bone drops on the back edge of the ball. That leg is straight. So if you can feel, just rotate your leg in and out and see which rotation comes naturally. So some people are kind of stuck in an external rotation. Other people, depending on your knees and what's going on. So let's just roll in to the inside, just back and forth underneath that sit bone. So we start to release the 3 hamstring tendons and then bring it back to center. Let's just take it back a little bit. Sink. I'm letting that sink. I do a gentle extension through my heel because if I extend too much, I might grip my muscle. I want the top muscle to connect to the lower muscle and release. So I'm going to go a little bit out, a little bit in, a little bit out, a little bit in. I'm just going to sit back. I want to do this easy today. And I'm just going to take this halfway down, move my sit bone back, place my hands above the ball, reach and extend that heel, soften my knee. Now from here, think of your whole spine as just a lever going forward and backwards. You press the thigh, the lever moves forward, you then press and release, point and flex. So this is a long spine forward, that's going to put weight into the ball. Press, release, straighten up, take it just above the knee, extend. So get tall first, take a big breath, lever forward, press the thigh, the top of the knee, press, release. Good, let's just take it behind the knee, let this just drape over. You can just use your point and flex. I always just have a tendency to nurture my kneecap, give it a little squeeze, stimulate that front to back. Good, and take that ball out. And you can just feel how quickly you can just start to feel better, and it gets you ready for your day. All right, other side. Put the ball into, I always leave a little bit of room to go backwards. Get it into that sit bone first. Feel the leg lengthen out. Find your lift up. Breathe. Again, check. Just rotate in and out. See what, different side, different body. So we're going to just draw that knee and we're going to lift and lower over. Now this knee is just bent out. You can have I like it in a little bit because I can get more extension. But if you don't have that much flexibility, it could even be straight. You got to work with what your body does. But the basic moves are the same. So you find a way to do it with the flexibilities and limitations of your own body. Circle around now. And the other direction. And extend. Let's regroup. Pull back. Get it just in front of that sit bone. Get nice and tall. Rotate out. And in. So it's a short, if it's like just a little windshield wiper move from your femur. You can use this hand in the floor for stability. Always keep that connection of your body lengthening up as you ground into the ball. Back and forth. Let's go down one. Wait here because this is like, you got all 3 hamstrings you're sinking into. There's a lot of fascia there to soften. Take a breath. And let's just go a little in and out. Little in and out. Just swathing through there, making space. Feel little speed bumps. That's not abnormal. I'm going to bend this leg out, take this about halfway down. I like to bring it in, but you can certainly leave it just straight out like that. Get that sit bone relaxed. Get nice and tall with your lever. Hinge forward, extend, press, and release with that thigh. Into the ball. This is just connecting front to back to ball. Good. Flex, point and flex. And take it down just above the knee. Same thing. Regroup, lever forward. Try to keep space in the front so it's not a dropping. You know, it's like this comes up, this goes out, and they meet in this ergonomic way that really puts the weight there. Press, press, point, flex. Take it behind the knee. Gonna cradle that kneecap. Press and release. Press and release. Good. Point and flex. Great. Okay. Take that out. Shake that out. And we're going to go ahead and come to the right side. So again, you can stay with the same ball that you're using, whether it's a larger gold ball or I'm using the silver ball today. I want you to get on your side completely, lift up, and put the ball right on your trochanter. All right, side edge of the foot's on the floor, anchored nice. Get my extra shirt out of the way here. And you're just gonna slide down. So we're gonna slide the leg down. Here's the top crest of my hip. I'm putting my hand right there where my fingers are. So there's my trochanter. If I lift my leg up, you can see I'm above the trochanter. And if I go forward, we're gonna go just to the inside, towards the inside crest of the hip. I'm gonna go backwards and I'm gonna go forwards. Use this forearm. We're not gonna be here that long, so with your shoulders, just really try to not collapse in your shoulders. Let's just go back and forth one more time. Let's slide down, take that ball out. Good. Let's go back onto so I want you to feel for the crest of your hip here. I'm going to sit up so you can see this. And we're going to take the ball and we're going to go in right here. Okay, so staying on the same side, the right side. Come down on the crest of your hip. Knees down, forearms are down for your stability. Cross the left forearm, right arm reaches, left knee down. Get straight here, keep your hips and your pelvis level and just sink into that bone. Take a nice breath. And then I want you to move your body to the right. And you're going to take that ball right into that lower oblique, that belly. Lift the leg, stretch the arm. Big breath, exhale, wrap one more time. It's going to go into that oblique, into the side belly. So it's grazing the top edge of your pubic bone. It's on the inside of your pelvis. Breathing's key here. Inhale, exhale. Lift that leg lower, and roll off. So you just got a nice pelvic peel all the way front to back. Let's do that on the other side. And we're going to put the ball on the trochanter. Okay, get nice and long. And here's the top crest of my hip, so I'm going to slide down. Get it so I can lift. There's my trochanter. I'm touching the trochanter, but I want to be on this elbow under my shoulder. And we're going to go a little forward and backward. Start small and a little bit more forward. With each one, you can take a little bit more space forward and backwards. A little more breadth, a little more width. Back and forth. What's the difference from side to side? I can feel this side. I could probably do this 100 times. The other side, maybe 50. Just kidding. But this side is always a little tighter on me, so we're going to stop right there. Good. Inhale, exhale, come up, because I don't want to stay too long into the shoulders if that's not an easy area for you to roll. This is an easy morning wake up, is what this is intended for. Take the ball into the crest, right? Cross the forearm. Get long through that side. The other knee can come down as an anchor. Now you can lower the hip and lift the hip, but you want to be stable and really grounded into the ball on this left side. Take a breath. Let that hip and let that, so you're in a little bit of the quad tendon here too. You're right, the crest of that hip is centered on the ball. Let it sink in there. Big full breaths. Now you move your body just to the left. Just go out and let the ball move into the belly. Big full belly breaths. Exhale. Move a little more. Inhale. Big full belly breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift that leg. Stretch it. Lengthen it. This helps your psoas muscle too. And voila. Lay on your back for a minute. Feels so good. And it doesn't have to take a long time to get stimulated. But while we're here, let's just go ahead and do this. Place the ball. Again, it doesn't matter which ball you have. I want you to keep your knees there. I want you to rotate your palms up and really get your shoulder blades flat on the mat. Lift your head. Get the back of your skull right on your occiput area. I want that grounded so you have the natural curve of your neck. Let your ribs just melt to the back ribs. Lengthen out the right leg, lengthen out the left leg. You can let your legs flop open. If you need to adjust the ball and you didn't get it in the right position, you want it supported on your sacrum, not in your low back. Take some breaths. Allow this opening to happen in the front of the hips. Big breath. One more breath. Bring the left foot up, bring the right foot up. Go ahead, if you can, go ahead and turn those palms down and just bring those knees into your chest and just keep these abs turned on, tap down. You can also hold onto the ball if you feel like it's going to slip and tap down. So if you need to adjust it, you can just do it like that. You can just press your feet down, adjust the ball, move it up a little bit if that feels better. Come down. This is a very good abdominal exercise. Inhale and exhale. Feel the extension. Everything's at ease in the front of the hip. You're rolling, you're stretching, you're stimulating. Now bring the feet down, lift up, come down. And we're not quite done yet. Always have to fix my hair between moves. Let's do a little quad routine that's nice. And we're going to go back onto this crest of the hip. We're going to cross the forearm. We're going to get long and actually start down a little bit lower so you have plenty of runway. I always make that mistake even still. And we're going to take these forearms. You're going to get it past the crease where you sit. So you're flat into the quad. You can have this, let's just ground down this way. Forearms down, other leg down. Just don't let your belly hang down like that. You want to stay connected, and you're going to flex and point. You're going to rotate out, flex, point, any. You can flex up, point down. You can point up, flex down, rotate in, rotate back to center. Now, cross your right forearm, bring the left arm bent flat into the mat. Come up onto your toes, and I want you to roll that center quad, all the way out to the IT band. Quad stretch, out, in. You can go all the way to that IT band. You should feel good. Come on down. Let's roll forward. Come back to that center line. One more time. Point and flex. You can do this like this too if you want, as long as it doesn't hurt your low back. If your arms are really struggling, you also can put a ball in your sternum area if it's soft, not on the xiphoid process. Point up, flex up, point up, flex up, do a combination. Rotate out, cross the forearm, let's roll out. And back in. And roll out. And back in. And roll out. And just come off the ball. Shake that out for a moment. Let your spine and shoulders reset. So there's lots of ways that you can modify that exercise to make it easier for you. But the goal is always, it's nice when you can get strong. You'll get stronger and you'll be able to do it. So let's start on the other. So again, Here's where the crease where you sit. We're going to start all these quad exercises right there. So we start high, but start low on your mat. Give yourself that runway. Get the knee down, toes over straight, cross those forearms, lengthen out for a moment. Regroup here because it feels really good getting these tendons. Then use your forearms, pull yourself up and past that crease where we sit. Extend the legs. So you really want to make sure you're not sagging in your low back, that you're supported from front to back to ball. You can bend and flex, bend the legs, straighten. You can rotate out to get a little bit of the adductor and in. Inner quad adductor connection. Out, in, cross the forearm, bring this other hand flat into the floor, and roll out. And roll in. And roll out. Breathe. Most important part. Come on down. Use those forearms. Pull it forward. Bear weight. Really got to stay solid here. Bend and straighten. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Once you're out, rotate to get the thigh, inner thigh to quad. Rotate out, cross the forearm, come up on both toes. Bear weight. Your leg stick straight as you rotate out and in. Everything else should be supported by this forearm and the kickstand hand. And you're just feeling that ball roll through those quads. It should feel sort of that hurts so good feeling that you're really getting into the tightness of the quads. Back and come on down. And one more time, just roll and come off. Nice. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to put that away. And then I think what we can do is let's just do a quick grab your black balls. I always keep my little basket of balls handy so I can use whatever I need to anytime I wish on the fly. So I'm going to have my 2 black balls, and I'm just going to go ahead and go down the front of the shins. So we're going to take these balls, and you're going to feel for this notch here. That's your tibia. Let me come this way so you can see better. So notch of the tibia. Make sure that your feet are straight out behind you. Let me show you this. So straight. You don't want the feet turned in or out. So actually I'm going to go on a side angle like this so you can see that I keep this all straight. This is a great companion to the footwork we did. So come on to here and pick up your feet and really feel. So I want you to get in touch with the top balls of feet. So of your feet. You can really press that into the floor. I'm going to widen a little bit because you want hip to knee to ankle, nice straight line. And then I'm just going to perch here. And breathe. And inhale. And exhale. I'm going to press and go a little bit forward and sink. And take about 3 breaths in each spot. Inhale, exhale. So this can be a big stretch for the front of the foot. And obviously, if you're having any kind of knee issues that doesn't allow you to get in this position, you can do this straight with the ball in a straight position face down on the mat. I'm going to stay up on this as long as I can comfortably. I'm going to keep checking that my feet, like I can lift one foot up, I can lift the other, see how I can do that. Make sure that I'm pressing into that ball of the foot. I'm going to sit up a little bit more instead of staying so forward. And take a couple breaths. Roll my shoulders back, relax my neck. Everything else is just at ease. We're just stimulating the tibia and fibula. I'm going to stay up for one more. If you can't stay up, let the knees come down. It's like a teeter-totter, right? But staying up for as long as you can, you get this wonderful stretch in the front of your ankle. And move that ball. So you always move it. If it feels like it's not right, make it right. Right? You're in charge. Now we're going to get those balls right into the front of the ankles. I can lift my feet. I can pull this up. I can take each toe, stretch it out and massage it. That feel good. Take each toe and let those toes drop down. Lift them, drop them, lift them, drop them. And let me just get on the mat a little more. Since I'm going to be on my knees, I'm going to take it just to the top of the ball, the arch. Okay, so don't let those feet collapse. Keep those feet nice and straight. And breathe. And stretch up, stretch down, stretch up, stretch down. You want those feet straight. You don't want the ankles jamming. My ankles are nice and stable. Take it to, you can also do this one at a time. If you can't, you can always just get the balls right. I like to, actually, let's do one. I'm going to take the left one out. I'm going to put this one right in front of the other ball. That'll give you nice stability for the ankle not to roll. And just press there. Lean on that side. Oh, it's like heaven. Lift the toes, drop the toes. Lift the toes, drop the toes. Just stimulate any way you can over these balls. Okay, take that out. Got to do the other side though, and then we'll be complete. So we'll get that ball into the ankle, get it right into the top, put the other one just in front, get it nice and solid. Press, so get your hip over your heel, stay on that side, nice straight line. Grab those toes, stretch them over the ball. Grab all of them. Really use the heel of your hand to press into the ball of the foot because this is back to front to ball, really. And you can activate those toes. So good for hammer toes and neuromas or any kind of, if you've been on your feet for a long time. Because then now we're getting all the other meridians that are on between the toes. Tons of reflex points here too. Press, release. Take those out. Shake it out. And that should be a really nice, get you going, start your day. And at the end of the day, you can watch the PM one. Thanks for rolling with me.